YouTube! Welcome back to the figure posing channel. Today we're going to pose up some Mysterio. So, let's get posing. So I got a suggestion in the comment section to show how to get into a certain pose. So I thought let's give it a go for this video, but I do like to keep my videos shorter, around the 10-15 minute mark, so I just sped up the process. If you would like to see it just more clearly or slowly, you can just play YouTube at like a quarter speed. So in this first pose I just wanted to show the character of Mysterio. In the fact that he seems like a mentor figure for Peter Parker, but in fact he's only interested in getting the Edith glasses from him. So to emphasize Peter's vulnerability, I had him unmasked with the mask in his hand and crying on Mysterio's shoulder, while we as a viewer can see that Mysterio is only looking at the Edith glasses. I think this one pose sums up the whole Far From Home movie, with Peter not noticing that Mysterio has a secret agenda. So this pose I wanted to do was directly and heavily influenced by Peter Tarn's amazing setup for Mysterio and Spider-Man. And as you can see, this one is executed perfectly, and I really don't have the precision or the patience that Peter has to pull off the cape like that, or the Spider-Man for that matter. But I wanted to emphasize the nightmare aspect of the scene a bit more. So to do that, I needed Mysterio first to get into this godlike or omnipotent pose. And I think it's a pose that we've all seen before when it comes to Mysterio. So I thought about what new element I could add to this pose. So for this pose I thought I'd have the cape being wired a bit with a do-it-yourself, tuck it under wire. Like I said, I'm really not that patient, so this is just to show how you could do that. And as you can see, you can bring some volume to the cape very easily like this. And after that I thought I'd use the Edith glasses from the Spider-Man upgraded suit, because that would really show Mysterio controlling the drones in the nightmare sequence. So after that I added the green smoke effects and the Scout Trooper bike base. And that was about it for this pose. So for the next pose of the nightmare sequence I wanted to use the green magic effects and the light up head sculpt. If you're going to put on the masked head sculpt, be sure to put in the LED unit first and then put the mask on top of it, just so you don't damage it. So for this pose I was inspired by Magneto fighting one of the elementals. I think it was the water elemental, just flying and using his magic to stop him. Of course for this scene he wasn't going to fight an elemental, but Peter Parker. So I tried it with 2 particle effects, but in the end I chose to go with only 1. 2 just seemed a bit too symmetrical and a bit too excessive really, so I think this will work fine. So this is a quick standing pose you could do, but for the next pose I wanted to go for a flying pose, like really flying, not floating around, but actually having some velocity. I just thought it would be interesting to see how much of an arm race we can actually get out of the Mysterio figure. And as you can see, there's a pretty good arm race here. If you're manipulating Mysterio's bracers, just make sure not to break the tiny ridges on his bracers, because they're a bit fragile, I noticed. And other than that, just micro adjust the shoulders a bit, so you don't put too much tension on the fabric there. And as you can see, you can use the dynamic pull to create some sort of movement in the cape. To be honest, I think of all the poses I've done in this video, I like this one the best. And to go back to Peter Tarn's amazing piece, my original inspiration, I thought there's really no reason for me to also do a nightmare piece, unless I could add some movement to it. So I grabbed an electrical piano stand and a metal broomstick, and the metal broomstick was taped to the piano stand, and through the hole in the broomstick I just put some wire. Now the wire had to be strong enough to carry an actual plate upside down, and that plate I would use on top of the rotating base. So first I'd have my base, then I put a large plate for some extra space, and then I wanted to have a floating plate. So I got some wires, and some more wires, and some pliers, and then I got drones, more drones, even more drones, and some more drones. And of course I needed to have some blue tack. The blue tack was only for the smaller drones, so I could attach them to the pieces of cardboard that I use for shooting. So with a couple of drones it would end up looking like this, and then the floating plate would end up like this. And then the setup for the nightmare sequence was complete. I hope you enjoy it. So that's it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed that, because it was a bit different than my regular videos. If you made it this far, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, because it really helps to grow the channel. And if you'd like to see more posing content, please join us at our Facebook group, 6 Skill Posers. And please check out the description below for other great posing channels, like the amazing Webb channel, like Peter Tone's Posing with Peter, and Terry Smith's How to Be a Poser. And if you'd like to see some chatting while posing, you can check out 6 Skills Man, Take Your Position Live. And remember, never pose beyond your comfort level, but keep posing.